Alright, so this is the beginning of a little series that I'm going to be doing. Basically just exploring New York City through different types of mediums, through different forms of photography, videography. Today I'm going to be doing some film shots with my 35mm film camera around Central Park. Different locations will call for different types of equipment, different usage, different stories to tell and such. For different locations I might try to do some drone shots, some aerial footage. Different kind of vibe, different location. New York City's very strict with that kind of with drone usage. I love my film camera, so I'm gonna walk around Central Park a little bit, take some flicks. Okay, so the camera that I'm shooting with is a Canon AE-1, pretty basic, and Portra 400, very basic. But yeah, Canon AE-1, Portra 400, Central Park. We're starting episode 1 basic here. Come on, not much of a problem if basic is good. Come on. Oh, also, I use my phone to measure the light so I know what settings to manually put into my camera. Definitely a lot cheaper than having an actual light meter. When I'm taking the flicks, I gotta put the hat on backwards. The hat on backwards is shooter mode. I think probably my favorite thing about shooting film is the sound that comes along with it. Alright, another pit stop here, now by the pond. Why here? Well, I don't know. I think the light reflecting off the pond looks really nice. Yeah. Loki, I'm gonna have to bust that thing down, Loki. Now, I don't know if it's just me. Oh my goodness, it hasn't been recording. Son of a bitch. I don't know if it's just me, but I much prefer shooting on a low shutter speed with a film camera rather than mirrorless or DSLR. I'm new to the mirrorless game, so I don't know. But with the DSLR, my old DSLR, I hated shooting on a low shutter. Everything came out shaky. With the film camera, I mean, it's still a low shutter, but it doesn't come out as shaky. I don't know. I don't know the technicalities here. I don't know. I'm simply here for the vibes. But anytime I see a low shutter speed, like when I check my phone and it says you should shoot at 1/15th, I'm like, on digital I'd be like, tripod definitely needed. Film, I could be like, alright, I feel confident enough to shoot it handheld, and usually it comes out still. Maybe someone a lot smarter than me can explain that for me, but yeah. Literally, I only moved a centimeter. I just turned to the left slightly. The plaza's right there, and I think it looks really nice. The pinkish hue that the sunset's giving off on it adds a little bit of flavor. A little bit of flavor.
It's beginning to look not like for Christmas, nigga.
Now, Central Park in general, as a native New Yorker, you know, it's known as a very common, basic spot, but I think people forget just how ginormous it is, especially as someone who likes taking pictures, videos. There's so much to see, you know, like there's so many different parts of the park to take pictures of, even as a native New Yorker. There's certain parts of the park that I've barely spent any time in. For other parts of the series, I'll definitely explore more of Central Park. I doubt this will be the only time, especially as the seasons change. The park itself looks so different throughout the months as the months pass. especially, I mean, during fall, my favorite season. The way the colors look is sensational. So it may seem like Central Park is not worth revisiting to take pictures here, but I mean, I certainly think it is. And then it also is a great part of the city to go during sunset, because you will get an angle of the sunset somewhere in the park, and that's always enjoyable. I did come a little later than I wanted because the MTA f***ed up, but what's new? But now, obviously, as the sun has set, I'm gonna just get a few more, night shots, and that's gonna be a little more difficult considering I don't have a tripod for the film camera, but I do for the camera I'm recording on, the video on. So we'll see. Maybe a couple shaky shots, but that's okay. Okay, like I said, I've spent some time in Central Park as a native New Yorker, but not that much. It gets repetitive, but I don't think it's as bad as other native New Yorkers think it does. There's a specific reason as to, I guess, why I haven't gone to Central Park much at night. It's because, well, there's so many rats here now, and mice. I was just walking, I'm like, oh, there goes a little squirrel in the leaves. That was a rat the size of Mr. Splinter, bro. No, I'm not trying to out here get bamboozled and think it's a squirrel. Meanwhile, that and the 4 Ninja Turtles is gonna come out. No, thank you. No, thank you. No, thank you. Especially it's so dark. I mean, they got plenty of light posts in this. Still, a rat's catching you off guard, no matter what. No, thank you. I feel like a I don't give a rats. I hate rats. Rat. Ugh. But yeah. I guess that's why I don't go to Central Park that often at night, but rats. Okay, well, that's going to do it for this edition of Exploring. This one was briefly around Central Park. I really did not even walk around much. I really did not. It was very cold, and I also got here a bit later than I wanted. It was basically sunset by the time I got here. I wanted to get here at least an hour before. I did not. So, there was that. But I think I got, obviously, with film, I can't tell as I'm saying this to the camera. I will tell once I get it developed, but I do feel confident about the pictures. Oh, hey, me again. From the future this time, and indoors. Yeah, warm, cozy. It's nice. So what I'm going to want to do for these videos is a little bit of a segment towards the end of the video where I break down what I just captured, what I just shot. Now, I'm specifically going to want to do this for film because, well, with film, there's a couple reasons that makes shooting it so special. And that's one, when you're shooting it, after you take a shot and after the entire roll, you don't really know how they came out, right? You have an idea for hopefully how the shots came out, but you don't really know. Obviously, with digital, you can take a shot and then have the immediate reaction to the thing that you just took. But obviously with film, you can't do that. And during the segment, when I'm taking those shots, I'm just taking them. I don't have a reaction as to how they came out. I don't have any feelings towards the shots because I don't know what they look like yet. And that leads me to the second reason I love shooting film so much, and that's that anticipation from after you finish your roll to when you go and get it developed and scanned. That anticipation, that wonder as to what these shots are gonna come out like. That to me is what makes shooting film so fun, because that's what really separates it obviously from digital. And also, I think it makes you care more about the shot when you're shooting it as well. Now, I think I might do this segment for other things that I capture as well besides film photography. Now, maybe for my drone shots or other bits of videography that I think just stand out. I might do a breakdown for that as well. But this segment will definitely be more geared towards the times that I shoot film photography. And with these segments, with these breakdowns, I'm not going to go over each photo. I'm not going to keep you here for that long if you've even stayed this long. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to give my general feelings on the shoot in its entirety, and I'm going to give after that my favorite, and then yes, my least favorite as well. We're going to get critical around here. My favorite and least favorite shot from the roll. So a big thing with the shoot, particularly the second half of it or when it was night, was my worry that the shots were going to come out shaky because I was shooting them handheld, no tripod. Well, I had a tripod, but for my video camera, not for my film camera. So I was worried that because I was shooting them handheld, that there was going to be a bit of that shake there. Now that I've seen the roll in its entirety, there wasn't much to be worried about. I think pretty much most of the shots, even if there was a little bit of shake, it was nothing really to, I don't think there was anything that I saw and I was like, oh God, that's going to the bottom of the pile because the shake was so bad, because it was so blurry. No, I don't think so.
He does have the eye of the tiger.
Are you sure about that?
But it was definitely noticeable in some shots, that's for sure. But there's also a shot in particular that I think it really added to it. It really added to the aura, the feeling that the shot was already giving off. And that leads me actually to now breaking down my favorite and least favorite, and I'm already going to break a little bit of my own rules. I'm going to do 2 favorites and 2 least favorites. So specifically, I'll talk about from the shaky photos, which was my favorite, and then which was my least favorite, and then from just, the regular non-shaky shots, what was my favorite and least favorite. So from the shaky photo side, I gotta say this is my favorite photo here, for sure. It's probably one of my favorite shots from the entire shoot in general. And I think the shakiness actually really adds to the photo. Or more particularly, I think it really adds to the feeling the photo is giving off. Now, for this photo, I didn't capture myself taking this film photo, nor did I capture like the area of this film photo. This shot came very quickly. It came right after I took a photo of the ice skating rink, and I just turned around. I saw the lights from the sirens, and I was like, this could be a nice picture. So I took the shot, and obviously I had to take it at a low shutter speed because it was at night, and that's what makes the photo a bit shaky. And then when you look to the right of the photo, you can see the bikers. Well, more so the motion of the bikers riding off quickly. And I think that really adds to the feeling the photo is giving off. I really like it when a photo gives off a particular sense, a particular vibe, a particular aura. And I think this photo does that. And I think the low shutter speed, the motion of the bikers, and that little bit of shakiness helps give off that. And then my least favorite shaky photo, without a doubt, now, I know I just like before said that there was no photo that I looked at and was like, oh, the shakiness is so bad to the bottom of the pile. But I take that back. I take that back. Now looking at this photo, yeah, I take that back. This photo's awful. It really is. There's nothing like redeemable about this photo. Like, it's not usable in any sense of the imagination. I don't think I can even use this on like Instagram as like a photo dump. Like, there's just nothing redeemable about this photo. It's completely shaky, no sharpness whatsoever, completely blurry. Yeah, just a waste of a picture, just a waste of a shot, unfortunately. That's what happens sometimes when shooting film. You know, it happens. It happens. But now let's segue on to the photos without the handshake. Least favorite is unfortunately going to have to be... Now, a big reason that this is my least favorite is because of the anticipation I had going into this photo when I was going to get this roll developed. It was a shot that I had in mind. And yeah, there's unfortunately not much redeemable about this shot. I think the lighting is nice, but I think there's two things I did that really ruined the photo. One, it's out of focus. How is it out of focus? It's completely in the distance. And I got it out of focus. That's a shame. And the second one is the composition of this photo is terrible. I don't really know what I was thinking when I took this shot. Now, maybe I was trying to get it on like the left side of the grid, but I really think I should have centered the cabin in this shot. Okay, my favorite non-shaky photo is gonna have to be a moi. Now, a big reason that this shot is my favorite is because of the elements of this shot. Personally, I love shooting film photography at night, but when the area that I'm in has a particularly large source of light in a specific area. So we look at this setting in particular, right? We have the ice skating rink in Central Park, but we have a really large source of light beaming onto that ice skating rink, which is obviously white, and it creates a really large glow and beam of light, which is really nice when you're shooting film photography at night. And then obviously in the background as well, you have the skyscrapers in the night sky, which when you combine the skyscrapers in the night sky that are in the background with the midground, foreground of the beaming light in the ice skating rink, I think it combines for a really beautiful photo. And that to me is just like the perfect film equation, right? Film photography at night plus large source of light equals magic. I don't make the rules. I don't. I don't make the equations. I don't make the rules. Simply follow them. I simply follow them. But hey, that's enough for the breakdown. Till the next time you encounter future me indoors again. Yeah. See ya. If you did watch this, and especially if you stuck around to the end of the video, I really, really appreciate it. Thank you. There will absolutely be more editions of this coming soon. I'm going to be exploring the rest of New York City, maybe the rest of the US, the world, hopefully. That would be cool, wouldn't it? I certainly think so. But yeah, that's it for the first edition of Exploring, you know? And yeah, if you watched, thank you. I appreciate you. But till next time.